Not only are we seeing Goku transcend to another level, but what we're also seeing, especially with this episode, is Jiren losing his mind. Jiren, in this episode, he wasn't himself. There was no calmness. That aura of strength that he had around him completely disappeared. And the reason for that is a few things, but mainly it comes down to Goku being stronger than him, outclassing him, and fighting for a more important cause. And that cause is actually fighting for the sake of everyone instead of just being strong for the sake of yourself. And damn, did they tell this story well. What usually ends up happening with these episodes, since there wasn't a lot of story being told, it was mainly fighting, a lot of the time, by the end of it, the fighting is the story, and there is a huge breakout and revolution by the end. And it happened again. It just exposed a huge weakness in Jiren's character. A lot of people are saying Jiren doesn't have a character, but he definitely does after this episode, and he is not as noble and good as this series has portrayed him to be. And the real life correlations here are just astounding. At the end, this blew me away. What happened was Goku was overpowering Jiren, and Jiren was starting to realize that the reason Goku was so powerful is because of the people who were watching them up in the stands. Master Roshi, Piccolo, Gohan, Vegeta, that's who Goku was fighting for. So in this moment, Jiren loses his mind. His brain snaps. He fires a blast in an attempt to kill Universe 7. And since Universe 11 were there, I guess they would have taken it as well. He wanted to kill them because in his mind, if they're gone, then Goku loses a part of his strength. That's the level he's on. He got so desperate that he had to try and kill Krillin. And of course, our boy Goku didn't let that happen. Jiren realized that the only way to hurt Goku is through his friends, because physically and mentally, Goku has him outclassed. But what this did was make Goku even angrier, and the next few scenes are him just beating down on this broken shell of a fighter. Jiren has completely lost it. Goku's won. The only thing he needs to do is just throw him out of the ring. But Goku starts walking towards Jiren with this ball of energy in his hand, and I couldn't tell what he was about to do. Goku had this look in his eye where for a second it looked like he was going to give Jiren energy to get up and fight again, but this time with the knowledge of where Goku's strength comes from, to maybe deepen their connection so Jiren could be an ally in the future. Or he really was just going to throw him out of the ring. But what happens next, call it contrived if you want, Goku consistently breaking his limits has finally caught up to him. In an instant, it all collapsed on him and he just fell. Now it's Jiren's turn to knock out Goku, and he would have done it if it wasn't for the biggest plot twist so far. Frieza comes from behind the scenes and blasts Goku onto a rock to save him. But then we see this. Who could this possibly be? Android 17. He's alive. From out of nowhere he shows up, and it turns out that he actually survived his self-destruction. So in the final episode of Dragon Ball Super, it will be Goku, Frieza, and 17 against Jiren. 17 made it to the end of the tournament, who would have thought? But that's where the episode cuts off, and it goes into the last ever next episode preview. The one thing that was telling about this episode, and it's going to be a trend until the series ends, is that it made Jiren look weak. And it's not the first time, but here, even when he powered up into his ultimate form, it just didn't feel like he was going to do anything. The construct of this episode was heavily on Goku and focused more on the differences between him and Jiren's motivations, and even though that's why he didn't knock him out, Goku still defeated Jiren. And in the end, it was pretty easy. Anyway, those are my initial takes on the episode. Only one more to go from here. No more 2-week breaks. Next week is Dragon Ball Super 131. So I'll be here all week to talk about the finale of Dragon Ball Super. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next Dragon Ball video.